The Lectio Divina actually goes back to the 3rd century, which is when it was started as far as the reading, the thinking, the praying, and then the living. But at that time, people still knew who Jesus was. But over time, for some reason, I think we've missed out a little bit on who Jesus is and what it is that Jesus did. So we've added a step, and we think this is a very important step because it came from Jesus directly. And that step is to love. This is from John chapter 13, verses 34 and 35. And these are the words of Jesus. And he says, "A new command I give you, love one another." And then he adds this next point, and it says, "As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this all men will know that you are my disciples if you love one another." So what does that mean? What did Jesus mean by the way that I loved you? Well, Andy Stanley brought this up in his book, Deep and Wide, and he brings up the point that if you want to know how Jesus loved, you need to watch and see what Jesus did. Jesus loved the woman at the well, even though he knew all the issues that she had. In fact, he even brought those up to her and told her to cut them out. And she realized there was something special about him. And you know what? He gave her the grace and loved her. There was a guy that was hanging on the cross right next to Jesus, just about ready to head into his death. And what happens? He turns and he says, "You know what? I believe in you, Jesus." And Jesus says, "Guess what? Today you will be with me in paradise." So how is it that we love? And what is love? Well, it's the full part of all of us through Jesus. He was full of grace and truth. He wasn't rude. He wasn't self-seeking. He was always kind. And in the end, he never failed. Think about that. Pray about it. Live that. And love one another as Jesus has loved us. And we'll see you tomorrow.